What's up everybody, welcome to Ellumacent Art YouTube channel. I'm Scott and I hope you're having a wonderful day. But today's video guys, today's tutorial is one of my favourites, which is showing you how to make your own holographic shiny cards for your own TCG projects and your games. Now I'm going to be going through step by step, so don't worry, but this is the outcome that you should get if you follow my little tutorial today. And this is what you'll get, which is really nice looking holographic shiny cards that you've made yourself by hand. So I'm going to go through a rundown of what you're going to need. So let's put these off to the side and we'll check more of those out later. But the first thing you're going to need is obviously the actual holographic card itself. Now this is a type of holographic film where you can print straight onto it, and I will leave this in the link in the description box below. But that is basically what you're going to need for this tutorial, because basically you literally just print onto it, and it's adhesive film as well, and I'll talk about that later in the video why that's important. But again, this is linked in the description box below. The next thing you're going to need is some kind of photo paper for the backs of your cards. So that is going to be down to you. But I will say, make sure when you combine this GSM with your card back GSM that they both don't equal anything higher than 300 GSM. Otherwise your cards will be too thick and you won't be able to sleeve them. And they'll stand out against all your other cards like a sore thumb. So when it comes to your cards guys, the actual thickness of your cards is very important, especially if you want your card game to be the exact same thickness as a normal trading card game, and you want all your cards to be that thickness as well. So that's just another key thing to note. But other than that, apart from a pair of scissors, and that is it. You don't need anything else apart from obviously your laptop. And speaking of laptop, I'm going to show you how to set everything up. I'll also leave a little template on the Homeforge Games Facebook page that me, Collin and Anna run in that community. Make sure you check the new community out, because we are there to support any homemade TCG creator, artist, illustrator, anyone like that who wants to join our community where it's a fun and supportive place. Make sure you check that out. It is linked in the description box below. Other than that, what we're going to do now is I'm going to jump to my laptop. I'm going to show you what you need to do, because you might have to do a little bit of resizing to get your cards to be the exact same size as a normal TCG. I just want to show you guys a quick example what I mean by the sizing, especially if you're using the Game Crafter template to make your cards. So I'm going to show you what happens when you actually drag your card from your Game Crafter template to an A4 piece of paper. Now bear in mind, the template I've got in front of me, the 9 card one you can see, when it's printed using my printer, they come out the exact same size as a normal standard trading card or a normal standard Game Crafter card. So I know my template there is the size that I want. So watch what happens when I drag off Coral, which is on the Game Crafter template for making cards, onto my actual 9 card template sheet. So I'm just going to drag Coral from the actual card template to my template sheet. And you'll notice straight away there is a size difference. So I'm just going to close Coral and we're just going to zoom in. So straight away you can see from my little drag there from Coral onto my template sheet, Coral's card is way too small. She could print off too small, as you can see with the gap there from the crystal to the edge of my template. So all we've got to do is basically resize Coral to be the exact same size that we need, and all you need to do for that is go to edit, transform and scale, which is for me in Photoshop, and just resize her to be the size of my template, which is about there. And now I know once I actually do all 9 of my cards, they will now print out the size I want. Now as I say, I will upload this template straight to the Facebook page for the Homeforge Games community, so just download it. Hopefully that helps you out, and it will save you a lot of time having to measure. It's not an exact match depending on the printer, but it should give you guys some help and some guides actually helping you to resize your cards. So hopefully if you do use it, just give me a bit of credit, because obviously I'm giving you these templates for free to help you out. But let's get back to printing these cards off and making our homemade shiny cards. So I'm on my computer now guys, and I've got my cards ready to go. But before I do, when I've talked about sizing, don't worry, I'm not going to spend ages on this video just because of time guys. And as well, I'm going to save you some time by actually uploading the templates I use to make my cards and the sizes that I want on the Homeforge Games community Facebook page. So just download any of those templates you want, because there'll be different sizes for different types of cards that might be ideal for you. So just try them, find the one that you like, download it, and then you quite welcome to use it. Just give me credit because obviously I took the time to size the templates for you guys, so you've got something to use without having to spend ages sizing stuff. So if that's said and done, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to print this off. So I'm going to show you the print settings that you're going to need. So all I've got to do now is just show you guys the print settings that you're going to need to make sure your ink applies to the actual film properly and you're getting the best quality with the colour and the text is readable. So that is obviously the key points to this. So to achieve that, all you need to do is just go to print. So once you've hit print, you're going to need settings that I'm going to show you now. So obviously you want paper size to be A4, you want your quality to be high, and the paper type you're going to need is some kind of really good quality photo paper setting. Now I recommend either glossy, platinum, or my ultimate favourite, which is the one I always use, which is high resolution paper. That gives you the most depth of colour and makes the blacks black, readable, makes your colours stand out, all that stuff, which is very important when it comes to quality for your cards. And the last thing you need to do is just hit fit picture to frame off. And once you're happy that you've got all that like I've got, then you just hit print. And I'll be back once it's printed off. And now by following my steps, you now should have something that looks a lot like this, which is now your cards all printed off onto holographic film. So what we've got to do now is just cut these out, so I'll be right back and we'll take a quick look once I've cut them out. And as you can see on my sulfur right here, the holographic effect of those stars works really well. This is one of my favourite holographic foils to use when it comes to making my own homemade shiny cards. And as you can see, you now see why, because look at those stars, they are absolutely beautiful. So that is sulfur. Let's go through the rest. So again, the stars work amazingly well on all the cards, like Scorn here. Even ones that have got loads of vivid colours, like my Karma. I really love that one. Clarity, Ikana, Eteraluma, Lexia, Maria, and Miko. So they are the cards that I have done for this video. So the next step we're going to do now, guys, now we've got our fronts of our cards all done with the holographic film, we now need to make our backs of our cards. Now this is where you're going to be using that photo paper that I mentioned, or any type of photo paper that you can find. Make sure you keep under the 300 GSM when you combine the two, as in the film and the photo paper. You want the combined amount of GSM to be under 300 thickness, and that is basically 300 GSM thickness. You want to keep your cards under that, otherwise the cards will be too thick just to fit in with your normal decks and your normal cards. So thickness when it comes to making cards is key and very important. So I am now going to basically print my backs onto my photo paper and I'll be right back. And I'm back with my card backs all printed off onto my photo paper. Or should I say, this is kind of like poster paper. It has a really nice effect to it, and I will be doing another video talking about this type of paper real soon. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button so you don't miss out. But the new type of paper I am using for my backs is absolutely amazing, as you can see with the colour, and it has that really nice glossy feel to it, as you can see, and the cards actually feel really smooth, just like you would get with a standard normal trading card. So as I say, I will be talking about this type of paper in another video, but what we're going to do now, we're just going to cut our backs out. So again, I'll be right back once I've cut them out. And now we've got our card fronts on our shiny holographic film, and now we've got our card backs all ready to go, and all we need to do now is put them together. Now you're thinking, do I need glue? Do I need double-sided tape for this? Well, no, you do not. So get your tape, get your glue, and chuck that out of here, because you won't need it for this, especially if you're using the film that I am using. And don't worry, I will leave a link in the description box below where you can get this film from that I'm using, that I've printed my cards onto, the holographic one. So make sure you get that, because if you do, this is going to be the best and the fun part, which is using no glue at all. So what do I mean by that? Well, as you can see on the back of the holographic, there is this little white piece of paper. Now if you peel this off, this is self-adhesive, so all you gotta do is peel this off, put it onto your back, and your card's all done. So I'm just going to peel this off right now and show you. Just being very careful that I don't catch the foil. As you can see, if my camera can focus for you, that this actually peels right off. Again, this is why I love this film so much. And there's also, it's still a little bit transparent so you can actually see your card is the right way around as well as you're using it. Another reason I like using it. So once you've got it peeled off, all you gotta do is grab one of your backs, make sure it's the right way around, same as the front, and just line everything up. So the best way I do this is to use your thumb on one side of the card and your middle finger on the other side as you line everything up, because this kind of helps keep everything together. And once you've got everything lined up, don't tap down just yet. Just have a quick look around the card just to make sure the corners are where they need to be. And once you're pretty happy you've got everything lined up, just give it a good squeeze all the way around. And there you go, you've got a homemade shiny card. Now the next part is optional. This is if you want to have that appearance of rounded corners for your cards. So for that you're going to need a corner rounder, which I've got right here. So just push these out of the way. All we need to do now is carefully round in each of the corners. And bam! There you go. You've got a homemade trading card, shiny card for your homemade TCGs and projects, all done looking very professional and looking like a standard what you would find in a normal trading card game like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, with your rounded corners and that really nice holographic effect. So that is basically, guys, how to make your own homemade holographic shiny cards. And that is it, guys. We are now done. We've now got our own homemade holographic shiny cards for our homemade TCGs and our projects. I hope you found this video useful and helpful. If you did, hit that like button to let me know, or leave a comment in the comment section below. And I'll be back real soon with more videos. I've got another video with a different type of foil that I'm going to be using as well to see what the effect is like, to see if I can get a nicer shiny. But this is still my favourite one. So let me know your thoughts. But until the next time, guys, have a wonderful day. Make sure you check out my Facebook page again in the description box below, because I sell posters. I sell my homemade version of my game on there. But if you want to pick up the Game Crafter version of my game as well, that is in the description box below. And also, guys, check out my Ellumacent novels, because that is what inspired all of this. So check out my novels. There is 5 of them. I'm working on my 6th novel next year. So make sure you check out that as well. Again, link in the description box below. But other than that, guys, have fun making your TCGs. Have fun with your projects. Remember to hit that like button on the video, and also hit that subscribe button, because I've got loads more tutorial videos coming. And the tutorial videos will be on a Sunday. So again, take care, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.